Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Join Terry with Tracer Rounds every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central to hear interviews with veteran artists, veteran business owners, and businesses that support veterans. Tune in to see if you're on target. Catch us on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and MB Radio, giving veterans a voice.
Hi, welcome to a special edition of Tracer Rounds podcast, and we're going local tonight with a nonprofit 501c that is having an exciting chili cook-off, and it's the Be Happy Charity Coalition, and we're on MBR where we're giving veterans a voice, and this group is supporting veterans. So tell us a little bit about the chili cook-off and how long it's been going on, and probably just a little bit about your organization as a whole, what you've been doing, what you've been up to, how long you've been a charity organization, and just a little bit about your work, if you don't mind.
Okay. First, Terry, thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.
We are located in Grand Prairie, Arlington, Mansfield, and Midlothian, Texas. This event has been happening since 1999.
Oh, wow.
It kind of started with just a group of friends renting a lot of campsites at the local campsites, Lloyd Park in Grand Prairie. And after a while, a few of our members and participants got an idea to make it really more of a charity. Mm-hmm. We do represent a local charity organizations and services for the people, as well as veterans organizations. Some in the past, we have had VFW Post, we have had American Legion's Post, we have had veteran organizations such as the DFW Devil Dogs, which work with service dogs. We did the Patriot Service Dogs one year.
That's awesome.
And we raise money while we're having fun.
Exactly.
And so this year we have formed our own coalition that we can do various events, not just chili or wings. We're hoping to have at least 2 or 3 events a year that we can raise money for our local charities. Some of our charities in the past have been Brookwood Homes, Owls organizations. They work with mentally challenged adults who possibly live in group homes. We have also donated money to veterans organizations. One year we bought 10 or 12 refrigerators for a
Oh, wow.
small village in
That's
for
awesome.
veterans who are displaced. Those charities and foundations do tap into military's benefits, but they try to keep them independent to where, you know, they're functioning. They have their own place, homeless. It just is a variety. So we usually support in our area, again, Grand Prairie, Arlington, Mansfield, and Midlothian here in Dallas, in Texas.
So how do you select the charity you're going to give, you're going to do your fundraiser for the year or for
Take
the
nominations.
hosting?
Take
Nominations.
nominations every year. Some years, most years we've had two. One is a local, maybe human services, social services, and then we always try to have a veterans organization to help.
Very nice. Well, we certainly appreciate that. Being a military radio station, we really appreciate the support from our nonprofits and our people that do charity work for veterans and for family members of veterans. We really appreciate that very much. So
And
tell us.
over the years,
Go ahead.
it has been, you know, I mean, our group is Vietnam vets. Our parents were in World War II, you know, Korean. So it's kind of dear to our heart.
Yeah, well, thank you. So tell us about the event that's coming up, because it sounds really exciting. Tell us how long that's been going on and what's all there and what kind of cost and how people can get involved.
This particular chili cook-off has been going since 1999. This is our 26th year.
26, wow.
The committee changes periodically. So we do have Julie Pierce, who is one of the original members.
Wow.
Yeah. And we have two members here that aren't here that also were original members. We have a couple of new members. We're trying to bring in some older, younger participants on our committee. So yeah, but either way, it's a fun event. We cook chili, and typically we have 15, 20 entries. You win a trophy, you get bragging rights for the year. And locally here, it's known. A lot of restaurants promote us and stuff like that.
So how does somebody submit their chili for consideration in this contest?
In your contribution, and to be one of our sponsors, you get a campsite for 48 hours, and we camp at the local lake. And you enter the chili cook-off on Saturday. This will be March 14th and 15th this year. And Friday night, we do have our wing contest. And that includes their entry. They donate to the charities through the campsites and participating.
So do you have to pay for the campsite separate, or is it $20 to get into Joe Pool? Does that also cover the camp? It doesn't cover
Our
campsite, right?
campsites and the package sponsorship deals that include participation, that is obviously not what the park charges.
Right,
So
right,
the
right.
event does cover, also contributing to our charities.
So I
The
heard
park
that.
will give a veteran or a senior $5 to get in per carload
Oh, that's a good deal.
for the event. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Veterans and seniors, $5 to get into the park.
Yes.
And then if you have a campsite, you're there. We have games. We have bounce houses for kids. We're very family oriented. We have face painting. We have Jenga games. that you
Karaoke.
win a trophy for, or just different events. And luckily this year it's going to be nice and sunny.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers that doesn't change. We've had some crazy weather here, so I'm not exactly sure
Honey,
what we're going to get.
And Terry, like I told you, we do it rain or shine.
Yep, cold,
And
sleet,
it
whatever.
doesn't matter what. And we have probably over 50 veterans slash first responders that are out there as our charities.
Yeah.
And they've been coming out for years and years. So this is our 26th year. We have over 500 people that come out. Kid friendly, dog friendly.
Yeah.
You name it. It is so much fun.
So is it $40 to enter the chili contest, or how much is it to enter if you want to submit something?
Well, on our sponsorship, we do require. We charge them. They donate $275. But to enter the chili, we do have spots that you can walk up and not camp, but participate in the chili, and that's $40.
Oh, okay, I got it. All right, it sounds like a lot of fun. Does anybody make vegetarian chili? Because I'm a vegetarian, so I'm just checking. I'm asking for a friend.
It's allowed. Yeah.
It's allowed. We're not sanctioned, Terry. So you can put beans, you can put deer chili, you can do vegetarian, anything you want. We're not sanctioned.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a Texas question. So does chili have beans or no beans?
Ours in the contest do not have beans.
No beans,
except
really?
for our People's Choice. One of the events we do after the contestants that we do, because a lot of our people that come out want to taste chili. And so we have a judging section, but then we have a People's Choice, and they buy tokens to try, and they vote on the People's Space. And that's for the public.
I see. Well, you've got someone from Mississippi already wanting to come and says, sounds good.
Love it.
We take walk-ups for sure.
Honey, and I'm from the Midwest, Kansas City, and we always have beans in our chili.
Yes.
And until I moved down here, it was like, they did not like that.
Well, I'm from Idaho, so I'm a transplant, and we put beans in our chili. So that's why I was just curious if this is a ones with beans or without beans.
Well,
you can do whatever you want.
So
as long as you will eat it.
As long as yeah, okay.
You have to be able to taste your own chili. Yeah.
It has to be edible.
Yes.
Correct.
So the charity for the recipient of so Red says, he said, I'm looking for meat and beans. So he's in Mississippi and he's saying meat and beans too. So yeah. he's not just the meat for the chili. Yeah, he's got to have both. He's a host of one of our shows on Saturday, Freedom from Struggle. So the proceeds from this charity event are going to DFW National Cemetery.
Correct.
Can you tell us about that? About what's going to happen with that, and what kind of things that's going to happen?
Okay.
With that donation?
For DFW National Cemetery, that area, and that has currently 325 flagpoles, and they have to change those flags out twice a year minimum, just due to the winds and wear and tear. That is run by another foundation. The government does not fund it. So they're an organization that depends on grants and donations to keep it as beautiful of a place that it is. And it's growing here in DFW. It started out probably 15, 20 years ago. And It was very small part of land, but
Mhm.
now it goes on for acres.
Huge.
They actually take up probably 10 acres out there
Oh.
or better.
Yeah.
Um,
It's big.
so they also hold events to raise money, to keep up the grounds, take care of all of their costs. And this is just one that was dear to a lot of our people and got nominated this year, and we're glad to support them.
That's really awesome. I met the grandson of the guy who actually started the DFW National Veterans Cemetery.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it was his
Awesome.
brainchild, and I met him at work. He came and he was telling me all about the cemetery and how his grandfather lobbied to get the land and the money and to get that
Oh.
started. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That
so I
is-
can't wait to tell him that you're donating, the proceeds from this charity event to that cemetery. He'll be very excited about that. I know.
You can get us back when we do the check presentation this year to
right.
them.
Yeah, I'll
We're going
see.
to have a ceremony at the cemetery.
Okay, that sounds really good. So let's put up the flyer and then let's just talk through the flyer so we can just make sure that we covered everything that's going to happen. And that way you can just kind of run through all the different events and we make sure we didn't miss anything.
Okay, so Friday night we do our wing cook-off, and anybody can enter that. Saturday, and it's what,
$20.
$20 to enter the wing, and then Saturday we have the chili,
Which is
and-
$40.
which is $40. But anyone that's already a sponsor gets free entry into that. If not, you can pay $40 and enter your chili.
Right. And our
And-
campsite has 40 sites
Yes.
that we have sponsors in. So there's
Oh, wow.
40 people that are going to be there for 2 days. And during the day, we have a DJ. This is DJ Chuck over here. He takes care of us every year.
Yay!
Gotta
have the music.
Said, we have games during the day that are free. Everybody can participate.
And I see golf cart parade too.
Yes.
Mardi Gras beads.
Who's in charge of our golf cart parade? Tell us about it and tell us what you do.
So our golf cart parade is led by the DFW Devil Dogs. So they have a giant trailer and megaphones and very loud voices and music. So all the golf carts line up behind that. We sell bags of beads that I collected from Mardi Gras, so people can throw stuff. And we parade through the whole entire park, and those Marines just yell
Yeah.
and cheer and let everybody in the park know what's happening at our chili cook-off.
They use their military voices.
Yes.
Yes, they do. And the greatest thing with the DFW Devil Dogs they've been our sponsor like
Our charity,
3 years.
yeah.
Our charity.
Yeah.
And they always sponsor us. But not only they are just Marines, but they help out any branch of service.
Right.
Yes.
And they help us out at the chili cook-off where we need chairs, tables set up, anything and everything.
Yeah, they're
They
kind of our
are-
work crew.
Right, they're our work
They
crew,
build
and,
it out
and,
there
and
for us.
they are absolutely wonderful.
That's really cool. So if somebody wasn't able to attend because maybe they're not local, is there any way to donate to
Yes.
to provide some resources to the National Cemetery if they so choose? How would they do that?
Okay, what is the webpage, Chuck?
If you'll go to our Facebook page, the Be Happy Chili and Wing Cook-Off, you'll find links to our email. It's actually Kathy's email.
Yep.
You can just contact her there, and we'll take
And we'll
Zelle
give you,
and/or we'll take credit cards. And any amount would help us, would help them.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you want to put out before we close? Is there any other either events coming up or anything else
But
about
if you're
this event?
local,
Or
feel free to come on out, have a good day, kind of see
Yes.
what we're about. As Julie said, we bring in a lot of just families and stuff that come for the day. It's not just the sponsors and stuff. So, and after 26 years, we have quite a following.
Yeah, I bet you do. Going on
Like I
that
said-
long, I mean, you're doing something right.
Right, because it's pet friendly, children friendly, bounce houses, face painting. The dogs all walk around like with green beads on.
Yeah, yeah,
And then the golf cart parades
yep.
from our spot. It is a blast. And once you come out once, they continue to come back year after
They
year.
do.
And we have over 500 people that show up, Terry, and rain or shine,
Yep.
doesn't matter.
And
That's
in
really
the works,
awesome.
we are thinking about having a rib roast early November this year.
That's right.
Same
Okay.
scenario, but just Texas rib roast.
Well, that sounds good. You got to have Texas barbecue or something too one time. You got to do a
That's what ribs
barbecue.
are.
We do ribs. We
The
do-
ribs are barbecue ribs? Okay.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and we do-
Obviously, you're talking to a vegetarian, so I'm just obviously not in the know. I'm not in the know. You're gonna have to break it down for me. Well, that sounds
We
great. Though.
can
It sounds
help
like
with
a lot
that.
of fun. Sounds like a
It's
lot of fun, and so
it does a lot of good for, good organizations. That,
Absolutely.
we try to support, they give back to the community. We help them out with that.
well, that's
And-
really
and
awesome.
Everybody, once you come once, they're there year after year after year, which is wonderful.
There is, yes. So when will you do the presentation of the check? Do you know when that's going to be?
That's usually probably in April or May.
April or May.
In my contacts with DFW Cemetery, in May, they will raise the flags and they leave them up through Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. And we'll probably do that when they raise the flags in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
But
well,
keep
we'll
you
have-
posted.
We can let
Yeah,
you know.
yes, please. I would like to be there for that. I would like to see that. Well,
Always do a presentation to our charities and do a big old check that's like 20 feet long
that's awesome.
and present that to our charities every year.
Yeah. Well, that'll be a lot of fun. I'll see if I can get a hold of the guy that whose father I think it was his grandfather, I think that did it.
We'd
And
love
so-
to have him.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do with that. Well, so is there any parting comments before we go? Anything else that you want to say or put out?
Yeah, thank you
thanks
for your
giving
time.
us a one-up. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll send you the video and then you can share it on your page if you want. That way you can get more information out there and maybe share it to some other sites too. And I'll share it on mine.
Thank you,
All right.
Terry.
Well, thank you so much
Appreciate
for coming
you.
on tonight. And I look forward to hearing more about this chili cook-off. It sounds amazing.
Hopefully
We'll let
you
you
can
know.
come join us.
We'll send you some
Yeah.
tips.
Yes, do.
And be
Absolutely.
sure to go on the Facebook page and like us and share with all your friends. Yep.
All right. I will. All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
this is Teresa Rounds signing off, and I thank all of you for coming on tonight.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
honey. Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.